And reason number two is that I do believe in the smartness of the human beings and smartness of the people who work in Google. That's why I'm absolutely sure that sooner or later they're gonna solve this issue. And by the way, it's pretty easy to solve it. I mean, all they need to do is to add to their algorithm a checker that will be checking, okay, this site is getting lots of backlinks about organic gardening. But if this site has organic gardening nowhere on the page, well, that's pretty suspicious. Let's not count these backlinks for this site. So, of course, I'm oversimplifying the picture. The algorithm, the checking mechanism should be a little bit more sophisticated, but that's the point. Moreover, I can tell you that it looks like Google has already started to work in this direction, and I highly recommend you to visit this blog publication. This is a blog of Matt Cutts, one of the people from, if I'm not mistaken, spam team in Google, and they are trying to work with that sort of issues. So if you visit mattcutts.com/blog/diffuse-googlebomb, you're gonna see that Matt is reporting that right now they already has an algorithm that helps to diffuse Google bombs. And diffusing Google bombs is actually diffusing the cases that I gave you. When you push an absolutely irrelevant website to Google page 1 for the keyword that is even not mentioned on the website. This is called a Google bomb. But the only reason is that right now it looks like Google cannot afford this checker to be working on a regular basis. You're gonna read more about it here on this URL, but it looks like Matt is talking about this very specific topic, and they say that this checker is taking so many processing resources from Google that they can afford it right now to run just a couple of times per year, or maybe several times per year. But in any case, in a year or 2 or 3, they will be able to afford to run it on a regular basis. That's why pushing your site for irrelevant keywords basically will no longer work for you in a year or 2 or 3, because that's a dead end for Google. Now I hope you have a very good question in your head, and it's like this. Okay guys, you told me that Google is quite blind about relevancy, but then you say me not to use this weakness as my advantage. Then what's the point of telling me all that? What's the point of spending my time on it? And the point is very, very serious. We do firmly believe that the lack of knowledge in every sphere produces fear, and fear produces failure sooner or later. That's why let's get to some real case examples. For example, someone on SEO forum is telling you, build backlinks only from relevant sites. You do the job, you build backlinks from relevant sites, but let's say you are not using the proper keywords in anchor text. So the lack of knowledge that Google is blind about relevancy, and it's really more important actually to use proper words in anchor text. The lack of knowledge sooner or later will produce fear, because you will see no results. You do your best, you do everything by the book, you do everything like the guy or girl told you on SEO forums, you build backlinks from relevant blogs or sites, well, at least they look relevant to you, and you have no results. And then you start thinking, then most likely Google is really nasty about my site, Google has something against me, etc., etc. This snowball of fears keeps growing and growing, and it gets that huge. And of course, it results in failure. This is the point of sharing all this info for you. We want the gap of knowledge, search engine optimization knowledge, to be filled in with the information that has been tested. Yes, we do understand that this whole statement about Google relevancy blindness is pretty against the mainstream buzz that is being repeated and repeated on search engine optimization forums. But, ladies and gentlemen, unlike many of that repeaters, the team of Free Traffic System is checking dozens of thousands of web pages. And there is success or failure in link building. That's why we can really see what works and what not. because we have in free traffic system a laboratory, huge laboratory of tests of real case people who are trying to push their sites and web pages to Google page 1. The majority, the 99.99999% of the people who visit SEO forums don't have this database of tests. That's why we are sharing what we see from real case experience, trying to fill in this gap so that you don't have lack of knowledge. You are armed enough. Then everything becomes much better, because yes, you do know that Google is blind about relevancy right now, but you also know that most likely Google gonna solve this problem quite shortly or not quite shortly. Moreover, you know that if you plan into the future, then you should try to build backlinks from relevant websites, but relevant as you understand it. And let's hope that sooner or later Google will also see the relevancy in this very way. So that's the point of telling you all this stuff, because otherwise you're gonna live with SEO myths, and lack of knowledge will produce fear, and this will result in failure. Thank you for your time. It's a pleasure to be sharing search engine optimization knowledge with you. For more video updates, please go to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/free traffic system is one word. And if you want to join the team of the people who know this knowledge, very unparalleled knowledge, please go to our website freetrafficsystem.com and register. The registration is completely free, and this is the community where dozens of thousands of people are building their search engine success. They are getting nice traffic and converting it into money. So once again, thank you for your attention. Have a nice day, and let the abundance be with you. Bye bye.